You ever fall in love with a woman that looks like she's in a rock band, but she acts like she's in witness protection? Yeah, I'm talking about your emo antisocial wife. And believe it or not, she's exactly like your favorite carry gun. I know it sounds insane, but just just hear me out on this, okay? I'm about to explain why marrying a woman with eyeliner and abandonment issues is probably the best tactical relationship decision you've ever made in your entire life. But it's also the most dangerous. Number one, they're always locked and loaded, except this one isn't. This thing doesn't panic, it doesn't show off, it's just always ready to go, quietly threatening in the best way possible. You got to respect it because you know what can happen in a moment's notice if you're not paying attention. Now, swap the holster for a hoodie and the trigger for this look that says, I remember what you did last March. My wife is emotionally chambered at all times. You think everything's cool, but then all of a sudden she brings up some out of pocket thing you said at Target 3 months ago that you even forgot you were there. She's not yelling, just a calm, casual reminder that she is always taking notes. Always. You didn't even know the war had started, but that's because she's always 3 moves ahead of you at all times. Listen to me. Quiet doesn't mean safe. It means that you should keep your head on a swivel and check around all corners. Number two, expensive upkeep. You picked a good one. It feels right in your hands. It might have cost a little bit of money, but that's worth it, right? But when you factor in ammo and cleaning costs and checking springs and maybe even a new optic every now and then, these things add up pretty quickly. But you don't complain. You signed up for this, right? Your wife is chill, but for some reason you signed up for these random teas off the TikTok shop that no one's ever heard of and no one really even thinks tastes good. Do you know how much money it costs to be misunderstood by the entirety of the human population? It's a lot. And she's low maintenance, so there's no like regularly scheduled costs. It just pops up out of nowhere. Her love language is Amazon packages. That while pretending she doesn't care about birthdays, but quietly expecting a full dramatic gesture. Number three, you can't really ever change it. When you get used to a specific firearm, everything else just kind of feels awkward, right? A different grip, a different balance, different sights. Everything feels different when it's not yours. And if you're anything like me, even looking at a new model feels like you're somehow cheating. Now, your wife's never going to say she's jealous because that would require speaking to human beings. You just notice she's a little more quieter or a little more distant. The room kind of feels colder, if that makes sense. Like you just walked into a room where somebody might get stabbed. And listen, I don't look at other women, okay? But if I'm scrolling Instagram and some chick pops up, I promise I'm not looking at her. Why are you upset with me? And then her answer is, nothing, I'm just tired. That's a trap. And tomorrow morning, you're gonna wake up with a new Spotify playlist on your joint account titled Songs for the Emotionally Unavailable. Number four, sometimes these things can be hard to conceal. Even as a big guy, this thing can be kind of difficult to not let other people know that you're carrying it. It changes the way you walk, the way you sit, the way you stand around. And don't get me wrong, it's not a burden, it's just visible to other people who carry. Now, your wife doesn't demand attention, she just alters the atmosphere. Everybody knows she's there, even though she hasn't talked to anybody in 6 months. Number five, low tolerance for stupidity. You can't just toss this thing in a drawer because what'll happen is it'll go bang. It's a tool that requires regular attention and careful handling. If you don't pay attention to this thing and clean it, then eventually it's gonna jam and it's not gonna work out well for you. Emo wives are not high maintenance because they want to be, they just have high standards. And these standards aren't makeup standards, they're emotional standards. She doesn't want you to buy her jewelry, she wants you to actually listen to what she has to say, even though sometimes what she has to say is rather boring. She wants you to actually listen about why she hated lunch that day. And if you forget once, she's not mad. She's just slowly recalibrating her expectations. And eventually, she'll go bang too, and you won't like it. I promise. Number six, this thing only works if you respect it. If you don't treat it with care, it will lose reliability. 100%. Your wife is not going to beg for respect. She's not going to demand better. Remember, she's emo. She can survive without you. So she's just going to shut down. She's not a diva. She's just done explaining things that you should already know. One too many dismissive comments and she's going to shut down completely. You'll still be living together, but emotionally, you're outside the blast radius. Number seven, you probably tried a whole lot until you found the one that you really love. Listen, if you're anything like me, you've tried a bunch of carry guns and you finally found the one that you really, really fit well with. You watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos, asked a whole bunch of questions, went to the range a whole bunch of times, and you finally found the one that is it. And if you're married to an emo wife, you did not stumble into her. It took time and conversations. You probably dated a bunch of bimbos and finally found the one that, even though she is kind of dangerous, just kind of fits. And you probably had a couple dates where you weren't 100% sure if she even cared that you were alive. I can promise you, if you're in the dating scene right now and you're dating an emo woman, it's not going to get any better, dude. On a regular basis, I look at my wife and think, she could kill me right now and not feel any remorse. But now that you have your emo wife, there's no going back. You found the perfect one. Number next, some of them come with a safety feature, but you're not going to read the manual, so you won't know how it works. You're a man. Operator manuals are for sissies. But at the same time, when it blows up, it's 100% your fault because you didn't read the manual. Now, your emo wife has subtle emotional tells that will tell you exactly what's going on right now and how much danger you're actually in. When she silently starts cleaning the kitchen, but her music sounds like she's killing a chicken in there, that's your 5-minute countdown to a conversation that you didn't know was going to happen today. See, you missed a switch. Should have read the manual. Number 9, it feels powerful in your hands, but also, no matter how long it's been there, you still kind of feel nervous about it. Don't get me wrong, you feel secure carrying it, but also deeply aware of the responsibility. Carrying a firearm is not a toy. It's not a flex. It's something that you're doing because it's serious business, and it kind of humbles you when you think about it. Now, being with your emotionally charged wife feels like you have it all together, but at the same time, it's humbling. She believes in you wholeheartedly, but you also feel like you're one sarcastic comment away from her mentally packing a suitcase and moving to a studio apartment in a city that doesn't exist. She loves you. She does. I promise you. But she'll leave if she thinks you stop trying. She's strong like that. Remember, number 1, she doesn't need you. Last but not least, they do not like being compared to others. I know it's just human nature, but you should not compare your carry piece to the rent-a-rifle that you got at the range yesterday. And your wife, if you mention another woman, just in passing, just that another woman exists, she's not mad. She's just now wanting to dissect you, kind of like the frogs that she used to dissect on her parents' back porch. She wants to know why you felt the need to say that name. She just wants to know why your brain went there, and she will spiral through that topic while you pretend to not be terrified. So yeah, she's your best EDC purchase of all time. She's quiet, she's powerful, and definitely not something you want to mess around with. She's not dangerous unless you forget what they're capable of. And I promise you, you will only forget once. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me something that I missed. And send this to somebody who's in a relationship, whether married or dating, with a woman who writes poetry and has a favorite cemetery. And also, pray for me. When she suddenly starts cleaning the kitchen and her Spotify playlist sounds like she's killing a cactus. Cactus? What?